Good day, sir. Oh, excuse me, my apologies. I expected Patroclus to be here. Oh, wait, visiting, is he? I wonder who. But, forgive me, we haven't met before, have we? I haven't seen you in this, chamber before. I see. Well, no, I'm alright. Little out of breath, yes. You know, bone hydras. uh, no, it's nothing serious, it's just, it's sort of my job to, uh, but you don't normally hang around in this chamber, though. Am I right? I don't mean to sound like I'm suspicious of you being here or anything. I'm just curious. You are sat here by yourself. Are you okay? Trust me, it's no trouble at all. Sitting and talking for a while would be a welcome bit of respite. But I'm correct that I haven't seen you around before, right? And what's your name? Well, it's a pleasure. What's... Oh. You really don't know who I am, do you? Oh, gods, I didn't mean that to sound, that egotistical. I just mean what I'm used to. I mean, it's nice, I suppose, to not be recognized. No, I wasn't, anyone important back up, I'm not a shade. You thought I seemed a bit odd. Yeah, I get that a lot. Well, perhaps if you wanted then you could confess to a stranger what is, on your mind. Loneliness. Yes. Well, I could understand why sitting here might be calming, but, you're not thinking of dipping your toes in the leaves, are you? I mean, I definitely have my fair share of things that I would rather forget, but, friends have made me realize that I've got to face my problems, and I have found that I do rather enjoy talking things through, sorting things out that way, rather than, having to fight. Which I do still a fair share of. What would I choose to get rid of? It's a hard question. I mean... No, I know what my brain says the instinctual answer is. But if I got rid of all of the memories that ailed me or hold trauma, would I be the same person? Not that I want the bad things to happen to me to define me, they've happened, and it's who I am now. I don't want to think that my personality is based off being... I don't like the word. It seems... people have it worse, you know, but... and certainly a lot of people have it a lot worse than someone who grew up with a lot of luxuries in their life, but... I do not want to think that my abuse has defined who I am. I don't really like thinking of the person I would be without it. I think it's would only drive me insane. Sorry, I am laying a lot on you. I know you are asked, but I suppose what I'm trying to say is I would not recommend throwing yourself in the river. Whatever you've been through, it's done and it's happened and we can't change it. But ignoring it or trying to forget that it never happened isn't going to help us heal. I'm sorry if you don't have anyone to talk to about this. And I know I'm not really probably what you had in mind. Well, you know, I'm not a friend or family member or someone close to you who you wished would understand, but I come through this chamber fairly often. If you ever wanted to hang around here, I'm always up for a bit of a chat. They don't have to be as heavy as the one we found ourselves in right now. If you want, you can tell me about whatever it is that has happened to you. I don't know if it would help. And you don't have to feel obligated to share something because I have. It's weird, isn't it, that I can keep all of this in and not tell any of the people actually close to me. And then I can overshare with a stranger. I suppose maybe there's no fear of you pushing me away because I don't have a relationship with you to potentially ruin. But that's working both ways right now. Not that I would judge, even if we were friends. Not that we can't be. Help me out here. Sorry, I sort of tend to talk myself into corners sometimes. Like often says, I dig myself into deeper and deeper holes when I open my mouth. But if you wanted to spill anything that's on your chest right now, I'm listening. I see. I suppose we're not too dissimilar then. It is interesting to think how much in common I can have with someone who has lived up there. I suppose our lives are not so different. We all go through the same emotions. And I know it can seem difficult. And certainly I felt alone for a very long time, even with someone there who was ready to listen to me. I just didn't want to bother her with anything. But I'm starting to learn and accept that there are always people around who are willing to listen to you, even if it's the last person you expected, or it's someone who you're not terribly close to. And hey, if all else fails, my ears are always open. If I happen to be lucky enough to come through this chamber. Well, I wish I could stay longer right now, but I am sort of in the middle of work, so, perhaps on my next one I can put aside some extra time. Well, I was going to say I'm sure my father won't mind. I'm sure he will, but that will be his problem. My father, yes, I didn't tell you who I was, no. Sort of hoping I could save that for later, so you wouldn't freak out or think that you couldn't talk to me. I promise everything you've said is, I will, well, I suppose not take to my grave, but, I won't tell anyone else. I trust you would do the same. Well, I best be off. You know, more things to, thwart and traps to dodge. I'm Zagreus. Yes, that. Zagreus. Well, it's been, a pleasure talking to you. If you'd rather that I didn't do this again, I understand. Really? You're sure? Well then, until next time. My good shade. Wish me luck.